and that's a vav. I'm exaggerating the vav. Bow. That'll be O with the vav. If we have bait with the vav, but the dot is in the center of the vav, that's a U. Oo. That is a boo. Boo. Spook ship. But it's only BU in the center. If it's above it, it's an O. So we want to watch this with the vavs. And the reduced vowel, what the vowels will reduce to, sometimes when I told you about vowels, you have a konitz or a patak. Sometimes it will reduce to a vowel that looks like this. There's two dots, or no, I'm sorry. I lied. One above the other. That's the reduced vowel, and it's drawn as an upside down E. It's a short vowel. It's A. It's bay, but it's a reduced vowel. Now with the shava is an interesting sign. It's the two dots, one above another. In this particular Hebrew word, this is malki. Malki. What this is, it means my king. But what the shava does is it closes the syllable, is what it does. It's at the end of a closed syllable. So this is mal shava, and that's the syllable. The next syllable, hirek and yod. So this is mal ki. That's how you know how to pronounce it, because of that shava. This is mal ki. It will close the syllable. Remember, in Hebrew, every syllable begins with a consonant. It doesn't necessarily end in a vowel. A syllable can end in a consonant. If a syllable ends in a vowel, for instance this one, ba, bait, and patak, the vowel, if it has ba, if it ends in a vowel, it's an open syllable. Okay? If it ends in a consonant, it's a closed syllable. So ba is an open syllable. If we have do, remember with the vav and the holum above the vav, that's an O. If we have do, that is an open syllable because it's ending in a vowel, the O, right? On this one, mal, lamed is a consonant, not a vowel, right? So this is a closed syllable. You see the difference? That's all that is. When the shava is placed under a letter, it either represents a half a vowel or no vowel at all. If it represents half a vowel, you pronounce it. If it doesn't represent a vowel, if it represents the close of a syllable, you don't pronounce it. You remember, there is no pronunciation with mal. You have the shava. In mal ki, you just skip the shava. You go M-A, you've got the mem and the patak, right? Then you go to the L, lamed, mal, but this doesn't say anything. You immediately jump from here to the K, the hirek, and the yod, and mal ki. So there's no pronunciation in this particular one, it's just closing the syllable. If there is to be a pronunciation, it represents an E. The vocal shva is represented in transliteration with the little E. So it simply indicates the close of a syllable. It is present under every consonant that closes a syllable, except at the end of a word. And then it won't be represented. For instance, I'm doing this fast. In the word Yisrael, there's a yod with the hirek, yi, yis, the sin, because the dot's over the left. You remember on the left it's just an S. If the dot is over on the right side, it'll be a sh sound. But this is just S. So this is yis, Ra, El. There's no Shava at the end of El, even though it's the end of a syllable. At the end of the word, the Shava isn't there, in other words. Okay, so a Shava is pronounced, if it is at the beginning of a word, if it's under the first consonant. For instance, in this word, Melakim, you notice the plural ending, ym, and I'll get to the plural endings later. There's a feminine and a masculine plural ending. In Melakim, we pronounce the mem and the Shava because it is at the beginning of the word. So we have to pronounce it. So it's Melakim, right? Do you notice anything funny about that word? Uh-huh. I hope you did, because this is a miniature test. I misspelled that word on purpose. Do you see the problem? Melakim. You in the back? You have your hand raised? Yes? What's that? Very good, young man. Very good, young man. That is a medial mem, and it's on the end of the word. Wrong answer, buckwheat. That should be a final mem. That should be a square. Melakim. Very good. Come to the head of the class, young man. Sit right here in the front. Melakim. But you notice the Shava is pronounced because it's at the beginning of the word. Okay? Okay, now another situation arises when reading Hebrew if you have two Shavas in a row, such as this word. We have a Yod and a Hirek, a Shin, because the dot's on the right-hand side, so this is the sh sound, right? Shin, Shava, Mem, Shava, Resh, and U. Remember, the dot in the center of a Vav is a U. So, how do you pronounce two Shavas? Or do you just skip both of them? No, you can't skip both of them. You only pronounce the second Shava. The first one is silent. Let me show you. Yish Meru. Remember the syllabification in Hebrew. We have the Yod and the Hirek, and the Shin. Shin because the dot's on this side, and that Shava closes the syllable. Remember that? Yeah. Yeesh. 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 There is no, it's not Yishe. It's not Yishe Meru. No, it's Yeesh. Then the second syllable is with the Mem. And this Shava has to be pronounced. Why? Because it's at the beginning of a syllable or at the beginning of a word.